Welcome back to Science Hub. My name is Marian Bănică, and today we are going to discuss about the robotic revolution in smart living. Here we are to connect you with the future technologies, and today we are going to discuss about robotics that are applied in smart homes. And before moving on, I'm going to tell you that we are going to see some new technologies that appears in the last 5 years on the market. 3D printed houses, also robots that are automating all the repetitive tasks in houses like cooking, cleaning, also integration with e-commerce platforms, and also using IoT technologies, we are able at this moment to find more data about our living style in order to take decisions based on data. In this edition, we are going to see also some practical examples of AI human companions that are helping to save more time and improve the comfort. Just sit back, relax, and let's explore the future of smart homes. Let's get started with an innovation that appeared in the last years in the home construction. It is 3D printed homes. This technology is a big revolution in the housing market, and it makes housing much more affordable, much faster, even cheaper, and also more sustainable the way how we build homes. Let's see a video and after that discuss about it.
This house was built in 24 hours. How? Thanks to modern technology, 3D printing. Apis Core. Building the leave the facilities of closed factories. Existing printers are big and bulky, have a portal design, have height restrictions for printed buildings, as well as are difficult to transport and assemble on site. This is an expensive novelty which could never find a wide application in the construction industry. These printers print only separate walls, and subsequent assembling is inevitable. The walls of this house were printed entirely on site. This is the world's first actually printed house. With the advent of Apis Core technology, construction 3D printing opens a new round of evolution thanks to the innovative design and almost eliminate the human factor. This equipment is unique and has no analogs in the world today. Apis Core is compact dimensions, high printing. The 3D printing technology easily accounted for competition with traditional methods of construction. The testing was successful and the technology is ready for mass use. Our project has been implemented at the coldest time of the year. Application of the concrete mixture that is used as the ink is possible at temperatures from 5 degrees Celsius above zero. The equipment can operate at temperatures as low as minus 35 degrees Celsius. However, the problem was easily solved by installing the protective tent, which supported the required 24 hours. Soon, using new materials, such as geopolymer concrete, houses could be printed in both summer and winter. In the printing process, we used horizontal fiberglass reinforcements for the walls. The quality of the printed wall surface allows to perform final finishing immediately, which significantly reduces the cost of finishing works. The roof of the printed house, in accordance with the architectural project, is flat. Such a roof can effectively withstand high snow loads and durability requirements. Its cost is comparable with steep roofs, which are common for our country. Lapis Core Construction 3D printed for different methods of printed walls thermal insulation. This project used loose dry insulating material on one part of the house and polyurethane filler composition on the other. Technology does not require fixtures and fills all voids in the space between the bearing wall and the outer concrete structure, avoids the formation of cold bridges. On the inside, the printed house is no different from a regular home. The house interior includes a hall, a bathroom, a living room, and that this house was the first step which convinced the world that 3D technology on the market.
Yeah. Coming back to life, so we saw these 3D printed houses that was built in Russian Federation in 2017. At that moment, it was the first 3D printed houses worldwide. Nowadays, the technology is a bit more developed, and there are also other companies and countries where 3D printed are already developed. But let's see, the benefits are quite substantial. So reduced construction time, also lower cost and less waste. This makes the 3D printed houses a good option for the future in order to improve the way how the construction is made, because at this moment there are a lot of problems in the way how we build, also in the way how the workforce is used, because there are a lot of people that are not very qualified in order to do the repetitive tasks that are needed, generally in construction. We can say that at this moment 3D printed technology used at very large scale that is using concrete to be added layer by layer. It's a technology that started to be available at mass scale, and this makes it even more interesting for the future. Let's move on and see another technology or another area that is going to improve our daily habits, daily life, and also the way how we receive support. We are going to talk next about robots that are helping our daily life, and I'm going to show you an example, a practical example that is using, for example, this is a robotic arm that is able to do the same things that we are doing in a house, by cleaning, by cooking, or doing any repetitive task. How we obtain this? It's very easy. We study all the tasks in order to see how different persons are doing different tasks, and after that we are automating these tasks by using robotic arms. Just to be clear and to be easier for everyone to understand, these robotic projects at this moment are just at the beginning, are somehow in the research phase, but I'm quite sure that in the next period of time is going to be something very common in our daily life. In order to understand better how robots are at this moment already developed, I'm going to ask my colleague to help us with the video with a very cute robot. It's looking like an egg. It's called Tapia, and how this Tapia is helping different persons. For example, this is how the robot looks like, and it's able to learn different habits of the user. This makes the robot very easy to be implemented in any kind of houses, not necessarily in a very smart houses. But of course, it's very good to be integrated with different other tools like smartwatch smart belt, or even IoT home control devices. In this video, we see that the user is asking Tapia to make a coffee, and what is really interesting is that Tapia is able to know exactly the preferences of the user. Also, for example, is also able to integrate with e-commerce platforms. This makes even more useful, because in this way, if you have habits that are repetitable, this makes for robots easier to learn and to help you with these repetitive tasks. Of course, any kind of robots at this moment, humanoid robots I mean, is able to recognize user faces and also different activities that users are doing. In this way, they are able to use daily machine learning, which means that every time that you are doing the same task, they are able to recognize your voice. They are able to recognize your movement, and in this way to be able not only to help you but also to optimize. Optimizing is the most important task that a robot is able to do for you in order to not have chaos in your life. You can do all these tasks in a much easier way by using this kind of tiny and very nice robots. I'm quite sure that in the next future, these kind of robots, no matter if are going to look much more humanoid or not, are going to be more common in our homes. They are almost everywhere in our houses. But what is the most uncommon thing at this moment is these robots to be interconnected. One thing that I want to add, which is somehow critical, is that these robots are able to do all these repetitive tasks that helps people. But also, it's very important to say that they are not necessarily the pilots of your life. They are co-pilots. They are assisting you. They are not going to take necessary decisions for you, even if they are, of course, able to take decisions that you are asking them. So we don't have to be afraid by the robots, because the robots are just helping us. Let's move on to see some repetitive tasks that are applied in general in our houses, and how the robotic arms or robots in general are helping us. We have to understand that robots, even if we consider them part of our life, they are just sophisticated machines designed to perform various household tasks with as much as possible human intervention. So in this moment, or till this moment, interaction with robots were just command-based. For example, we said, okay, hey, robot, do this task and so on, like in any kind of phone or device. But starting from now on, we have to understand that robots are going to be much more focused on learning the human behavior and taking data and being able to take decisions based on these data, which are statistically what I want to add, which is really critical thing for the technology that we see at this moment, is that these statistics data are developed, or we are using this data by using artificial intelligence, and in this way we are able to learn the human behavior. It's very common to see robots that are cleaning our houses. I'm not going to enter too much in discussions on this topic because it's something very common in this moment. Robots like Roomba or others like them are very common. But on the other side, it's not very common to see the robots that are cooking. So in this video, I'm going to show you how the robots are doing daily tasks that normally our wives are doing. We are seeing in research area at this moment. We are analyzing different tasks that people are doing, and after that, with robots, we are doing the same in order to obtain the same result. For example, if we want to make to cook something, we know exactly how we are doing, and after that, we are doing this with robotic arms. It's something that is able to reduce the time that we are using in general for our daily habits with more than 80%. This makes us much more probable to invest the time that we save in things that really help us to improve and to be a better person. For example, investing this time in our hobbies, in learning, in reading, or doing healthy activities. Because to be very honest, at this moment, the society that we are facing is not very sustainable on long term, because we have to do a lot of repetitive tasks, a lot of, let's say, robotic tasks that makes us to mix our expectations, or to mix our life with a lot of things that are not very let's say that we are not programmed for. And when I want to say this is that at the end of this kind of processes, robots are going to be more robots, and people or humans are going to be more humans. Not mixing them very much is going to bring us more time, and this is the final result that we expect. Let's imagine that coming to a freshly prepared meal without having to cook or to do nothing for it. This is something that we most probably we are going to be impressed, even if at this moment, to be very honest, a robot is not going to be able to do the same performance as a master chef. But who cares at the end if the meal is really good and it's very well prepared, and also we have to not invest so much time and have it in the proper time. Even if robots are able to interact with smart devices, us researchers in this field of activity, as I'm doing my PhD in robotics. We are trying to put robots also in houses that are not very smart, or are not very, let's say, not very connected with different devices. We are just trying to see how people are doing these tasks, and we are trying all the time to repeat this as much as possible. And robots, they evolved very much in the last decades, from being just simple machines that are used mostly in industry. Like automotive, of course, the most common use of robotics, till industries that are, or areas where they were not very common, like home and living scenarios. Integration is the key. To be very honest, there are so many ways to integrate robots or to integrate robots with smart appliances. Let's see also other videos because are very interested, and maybe we can take some conclusions on them. Integration is the key because if you have a disconnected robot with the technology that is used by others, you can't see at the end the different data in order to take decisions. And the most important part of integration is to have data from all devices in the house, or to have devices from all sources that are able to generate data. So I'm just giving you a very simple but very powerful example. For example, to this smartwatch, it's just a smartwatch, but on the back there are some sensors. These sensors are monitoring all the time my health status to see if I'm doing activities, if I'm sleeping, if I'm nervous, and so on and so forth. All these data are sent to a database. In the same way, all the data from smart devices are sent to a single database. For example, this Tapia is sending all the time data to a single database, to a core server of the house, and in this way we are able to get more relevant things and to analyze, as we saw in a previous episode. How we can analyze data. It's very easy and very common for data scientists at this moment, so it's not going to be very complex in the next future for everyone. Also, there are some big challenges and challenging things, and also some consideration to taking to see, because it's very common at this moment to have a lot of devices that are not communicating with all the others. This is a very big mistake that most of the, let's say, software architects of the smart houses are doing, to not take in consideration different features or different protocols that are used for communication. Also, to be very clear, it's something very common to have some very big issues or very important issues on privacy and security. These are top concerns. This is something that, it's yet to be developed, to be very honest and very clear. These are topics that are not yet very stable, because there are a lot of things on IoT area or also on smart appliances that has to be drastically improved from the security point of view. Also, if we say that these data are not stored in different clouds, is something that most of the technical people will have a lot of questions on them. Okay, where are going to be this data? Where do I have to carry about these data? Who is going to analyze and to monitor me in order to understand my behavior? Because based on your behavior, you can also get informations not only about on how you live, but also on what you buy, or also on what you are going to need. And someone very smart is going to say, hey, if I know how you live, I'm going to know what you are going to buy. So I'm going to make you an offer for this, or I'm going to make an advertisement for my product in order to sell to you my product. This is something very true, but on the other side, there are some architectures, software architecture for houses, that are able to skip the data processing of a third-party provider. For example, having all this data stored in your own on your own home server in a technical room is going to save you for sending data to a third-party provider like Google, like Microsoft or AWS, in order to not have any kind of security issue or even privacy issues. Most of the robots are processing these data, and the data that that you send to the database in order to find more things and to understand much better how you name different things, or to give you predictive informations on what you want or how you want to live. But these are just used in order to improve your quality of life and also your quality and the comfort. At the end of the day, we can say that robots at this moment are not very developed, even if we saw them as something futuristic. But all the time, robots we saw robots much more than they are in reality. They can do a lot of things right now. Also, they were able to do it also 20 years or even more years ago. But they are not very yet developed as we consider that they are in reality. Most probably, we are going to be in the moment where we think at this moment in order to have more time to invest in the things that matters for us. But we still have to invest a lot of time in developing of the robots. One more thing that is really crucial is access or connectivity with different networks like 5G network, because interaction between all these smart devices can be done also by using different technologies, different networking technologies, including 5G. This 5G technology is opening a new set of possibilities and opportunities, and a new set of possibilities for smart living and smart homes in general. I would like to see also other videos on how robots are automating tasks in order to take some conclusions on what can be done and what can't be done. So I'm going to ask my colleagues to put also other videos in order to see what it can be done. So what it can be done, for sure, we saw that cooking is something very easily to be done. So it shouldn't be a very complicated task. You see here how robotic arms are doing different tasks, and this started to be part of accessible for more and more people. Also, cleaning, it was the most, and it's by far the most common task that robots are already doing. Very clear. We don't have to invest so much time in cleaning, also refrigerating, and also doing different activities like making a coffee, taking care about our healthcare, which is a crucial aspect, and you'll see in the next episode a robot that is able to take care about your healthcare every day, and also giving you the right pills and the right medicine in order to not be responsible, or to know exactly what you have to do exactly at what time. Because under medication or mismedication, it's something that most of the time makes your health to have really big issues, and also it makes you to not get to get healthy not so easy as it should be. What it can be done is also integration with e-commerces or with warehouses in general, from where we should order or we should receive our the goods that we are looking for. Also, we are able to integrate at this moment robots with other technologies, of course, with different softwares and hardwares. But what it can't be done at this moment is it's not very common, is to have to use robots as personal coaches. For sure, in the next future, robots are going to be used much more as personal coaches in order to improve the healthy or the daily performance of anyone. But we are still far from the moment where we are going to be able to interconnect all this data that we receive from softwares, from hardware, from robots, or from other devices in order to take decisions. These data are still a small island of data and are not very interconnected. But at the end of the day, we can say that everything we do in life is still not interconnected. And it's going to take time to interconnect all these things. In conclusion, I hope that you get an idea about what smart living is going to be in the next 10 years and how the robots that we see, sometimes at the television, sometimes in real life, sometimes we buy them, sometimes we are using without knowing that there are different technologies. These are going to change the way how we live, the way how we create our future, and also we hope that in this way, by automating all the repetitive tasks, world is going to be a much more sustainable. And also, we are going to be able to invest much more time in the things that matter for us. And I hope that you are going to invest much more time in science, like in watching these types of videos, like Science Hub, and also much more time in learning and doing things that matters for you. Engineering, it's one of them, but not only one, the only one. Also, literature, it's important. I'm encouraging you to read and also to ask us the right questions in order to see how we can help to evolve this kind of episodes that connects you with the future. My name is Marian Bănică, and you enjoyed once again Science Hub.